So I'm going to show you how to get started using Castmagic to repurpose your video and audio content into written form content, saving you a ton of time. I'm going to go here to this demo space that I created to kind of show you what it's like when you're first getting everything set up. So I'm going to save that. It's going to ask me what type of content I'm going to feed it. So you need audio and or video content as your starting point, and then it will create the written content for you. So for this purpose, you could choose podcasts if you already have a podcast, or if you have a bunch of YouTube videos, you could do that. I'm going to do custom. And then depending on which thing you create, it tells you which type of content it's going to spit out for you. The nice part is this is just a starting point. You can still customize all of this regardless of which options you pick. So you're still going to be able to feed it other types of content in video and audio format, and you're still going to be able to create different prompts of what you want it to spit out. This is just a starting point, some templates to use. So I'm going to say custom. I'll say continue with custom because I'm going to upload some podcasts and some videos. So from here, you'll see you could paste a YouTube link. You could upload a native file that you might have. You could put in an RSS feed. I've done this with podcasts that I've been on because I can't just like download the audio file. So you can put the RSS feed in here and only select the podcast interview that you were on, not somebody else's entire podcast, which is nice. So there's lots of options here. For the purposes of this, I'm going to upload a video file that I just created today. So I'm going to put this in here. It will take a little bit to upload it. Okay, so it gives you the option. The default is set to just number the recordings. I haven't changed it. You can also, create a title. So I'm just going to hit save recording, and now I'm going to see it here. So it tells you right now that it's processing the transcript. Once that's done, you can click into it, see the full transcript, and a bunch of additional features. So, okay, now it's done. So I'm going to click into this. And right here, you'll see that it gives you different speakers. So if this were a conversation where like I was on a podcast, it would have speaker A, B, C, depending on how many people there are. For this, it's just me speaking. So I want to say click to match speaker, and I am going to put in my own name. So it's me. I'm the host. I'm the only one. I will say create new speaker. And now every time I talk, it will have my name there. Not anything earth-shattering when it's just your own voice talking the whole time, but on a podcast interview, it's really nice because AI just goes ahead and labels each one as long as you do it once. So it matches the voice to the name, which is cool. So from here, this is just the straight transcript of everything. If there are sections that you want to exclude, so I've done this on podcast interviews, right? Like I don't need it scraping the intro or that kind of stuff. I can exclude those and then it won't bring it over to the AI content, which is kind of nice. This was just a video of me talking, so I do want the whole thing in there. Then I'm going to go over here to AI content. So you'll see that it's generating. Because of that initial profile that I picked, that is what feeds what it's going to spit out for me. So the one that I selected was custom. It's giving me a 1-sentence summary. You can always condense these down. It's giving me key themes, giving me keywords, time-stamped overview, which is helpful, especially for longer form content, and then key topics and bullets. This one's still generating. But now what I want to do, because what I specifically really love using this for, is to create LinkedIn content for me. Now, I already have certain types of LinkedIn posts that I do. And so I wanted to use what I've already created and format new posts, taking this information, kind of like crossing it with the types of posts that I create and create new posts the way that I would write them. So, or as close as possible, right? So what I'm going to do down here is click new custom prompt. So I am going to just copy over something that I've already done. So LinkedIn post, and this one I'm going to call aspirational. That's kind of the label that I've given it. So I need to give it a prompt. So what exactly does that mean? It means that I want to start with you may think, and then turn that upside down to show the audience a new way to look at a topic or challenge. Give a list of 3 to 5 examples of how they can use this new way, and end with a clear call to action. So that's all well and great. Now I'm going to feed it an actual post that I've done in this format so that it knows. So I'm going to copy and paste that over, and then I'm going to say save custom prompt. So you'll see here it's generating. This doesn't ever usually take a ton of time. So it will generate and it will give me a post written in that format, but based on the content of the video that I uploaded. Okay, so here is my post. It says, you may think that outsourcing your marketing is the only way to achieve professional results, but here's what I believe. And then it goes into this post that is formatted similarly to the content that I uploaded it. So you may look at this and say, oh, this is awesome. Yep, I can take this and just make a few tweaks to it and I'm happy with it. Or you may feel like, it's a little too long or it's a little too short. You can do different variations. So if you click on this modify button, there are different options. You can make it longer, you can make it shorter, more casual, more serious, or you can just rerun the original. If you're like, I don't really love it, I want to see a different option. So I'm going to do rerun original. Now, what I really, really love about this platform as well is that when I do this, you'll notice over here on the right, it has one of two. So what it does is it keeps that first version that it gave me and then gives me another one. And let's say I wanted to make a shorter one, it would create a third one. If I wanted to make a longer one, it creates a fourth one. So it's not rewriting what it originally did for you. So in case you're like, actually, I like the first one better, you can go back to it and use that one instead. Or maybe you end up wanting to use a bunch of different variations of it. So this is really, really, really cool. Super, super helpful to work smarter, not harder on creating specific types of content. Now, there are a bunch of other options that you can do. Also up here, whether like what I did was a custom prompt, right? It was my specific way of writing on LinkedIn. And in my actual Castmagic where everything is set up, I have like 3 or 4 different variations of LinkedIn posts that I write. So that's all saved in there. But let's say that you wanted to have a blog written. You could type that. What kind of content do you want to create? So let's say blog, and I'm going to say draft. Let's see what it comes up with. Okay, so now let's say I want to create a different prompt, but not something that I'm customizing. I want to use other ones that are already in Castmagic that maybe somebody else has created. I go over here to Magic Chat, and this is where you can see some other options. So there's a blog post, 600-word blog post. There's 3 fun facts revealed in this recording. That's pretty cool. Key themes, lessons learned, different things you can do. So there's lots and lots of options. And I think more and more capability is just being added to this platform every day. So I think it's going to get better and better and give us more and more options for the type of content that we want to pull out of these audio and video recordings. The other cool thing is if you go over to Studio, say get started, I've done this a little bit with creating a quote card. So the cool thing is there's some customization. So I've actually put in my brand colors here before, which is cool. And then you can put in whatever you want to write here. So what I've used this for is pulling out specific quotes from that recording that I've had. So on the previous screen under AI content, it will pull out quotes, and then I can copy one of those quotes and paste it here. And then this is I can export it, and it's giving me an image that I can use to go along with that LinkedIn post. So pretty cool. Depending on which level of Castmagic you sign up for, you get so many of these unbranded. So I can do 10 per month that don't have the branding. Otherwise they will, just depending on what plan you have. So sure, I have a feeling there's going to be more coming out with this because there's definitely a lot more capability. But for now, it's kind of a nice thing to do if you want to do a quote card. So that was a really quick tutorial, just kind of walking you through how to create your space for what type of content you want to upload, what kind of content you want to spit out. This shows you the transcript. The AI content are the different types of content that you want generated from that. You can create your own new custom prompts there. Magic Chat gives you other prompts that other people have created. And then the studio is where you can create some visuals to go along. The really nice part with this platform is there are so many tutorials that are going to walk you through everything. So you don't need to be intimidated by the technology. This is just meant to get you started. There's lots of help within the platform itself, but I highly, highly, highly recommend this. Any business owner who's trying to work smarter, not harder on their content, has some audio and video content already available and wants to create written content from that. Super helpful. So I'd love to hear what you think and what you took away from this video.